You can have a seat on one of these chairs there, man. They'll be in here in a second.
I'm really not feeling comfortable sitting in here. Can I sit out in the public lobby, please?
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm petrified right now. I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack.
I'll ask her if she got one. I'm not gonna let you.
Thank you.
Pretty good, yeah. Table here, just have a seat in there. You know, and I've got some stuff for you, and I hate to do this to you, but I've got a meeting at 11 o'clock, so I'm only gonna have a couple minutes.
I understand.
We can take care of what we gotta take care of.
Get rid of all this.
No, I get it. We got a lot of thumb drives.
Still don't have the information I've been looking for.
Well, I'm going to give you another thumb drive. This is the footage that you've requested. Or I've been told you've been requesting for the incident on, I think it was the 2nd of January.
No.
You don't have that?
No, I've been asking for the footage from November 7th when Chief Gabbard set an appointment for me to be up here at 11 a.m. I arrived at the city building like I was supposed to. I went through your guys' security
All right, I
checkpoint like I was
misunderstood you.
supposed to. I went to the elevators, and as I was waiting on the elevator to come up, I'm surrounded by your city bailiffs telling me I'm not allowed to be in the building and I need to leave. And I kept telling them over and over again, I have an 11 o'clock appointment. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to talk to Officer Coates. Elevator doors open up. I try to go in. One of your bailiffs slaps my arms down, wouldn't let me hit the button. I get out of the elevator to get away from him, and I walk all the way around the chairs. I'm telling them, guys, leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone. I got an 11 o'clock appointment. They pin me up against the fucking wall, slam me on the ground, and then throw me outside of the building. And then the police show up and act like they didn't know I was even supposed to be there. And then no one wants to release the 911 call logs from that day. Nobody wants to release the body cam footage from all the engaging officers from that day. Nobody wants to release the city lobby footage from when I was attacked, showing that I had already gone through security. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was supposed to be here, and this is what happens all the time. It's because they don't want to release the information that I've been asking for. I'm not an auditor.
I mean, I
I'm
don't
not
even
an
know what
auditor.
that means, but I'm not.
They're under the impression I'm an auditor, or I'm a sovereign citizen. No, I'm a dad that got violated by this city and this department, who they raided my home, they kidnapped my fucking kids on bullshit allegations. Come to find out, we fucked up, and then try to sweep everything under the rug, and then under blackmail, it made me sign a paper and give my kids back that day, no follow-up. My kids were trafficked while they were in the fucking system. 3 separate trips to New York within a month period. My daughter had her hair chopped off down to her fucking shoulders looking like a Barbie doll. There was an emergency replacement for them to go to a secondary foster home while they were in the care of these bastards. My oldest son was brought to his first supervised visit sitting in his own goddamn feces. I was accused of being under the influence of methamphetamine the day they took my kids, but yet drug tests and 20 more after showing that they were fucking wrong. And that's all I've been trying to do is get answers for all of this. That's why I'm here.
I understand.
That's why I keep coming to the city
I guess now I
building.
understand. And
So
like I
now
said,
I'm putting it all out there. Now, your city bailiffs need a retrain, Kochera. They really do. They have no idea that I'm entitled to basic civil liberties. I'm allowed to come to the city building. I'm allowed to be able to get public record information. And you got all these affiliates here that want to use your city bailiffs as their own little personal fucking Gestapo. Whenever somebody comes to the city building, if I ask a question they don't like, boom, immediately I'm getting an all available called on me. If I'm asking for information they don't want to release, boom, immediately I'm getting an all available called on me. And it isn't a matter of discussion. It isn't a matter of investigating why your bailiffs are being called and actually looking in the scene. No, it's immediately y'all go fucking hands on and want to beat the shit out of somebody. It's unacceptable. It needs to be a drastic retrain. Your bailiffs need to understand, I don't have to identify myself. I don't need to identify myself when I'm engaged in something that I'm allowed to do.
Agreed.
Okay? Well,
Agreed.
they need to understand that. And that was the whole concept, and that was the whole reason why I have this here. I'm going to leave this for you. It's destroyed. It's no use to me. Your bailiff ruined it when he attacked me and threw me on the ground on January 2nd.
I just want to clarify one thing. You know, I came in after the fact that day when the situation happened with you and Jack Jones.
The video's posted on my page. You're more than welcome to see exactly what took place on the entire
I understand.
encounter.
I just want to say, I just want to clarify a couple things. Not to say that I'm immune from any of this, but my responsibility at the court, I supervise all the court staff except for the private or the personal and confidential employees of a judge. Jack Jones does not work for me. I did discuss this situation with the judge. He was well aware of it. He knows what happened. But I do not have any recourse over what happened between you and Mr.
I
Jones.
can't do anything about it. I was railroaded.
Well,
I was
just telling you,
pled
I
guilty.
can't.
I understand,
That's
but
beyond
I was
my realm of
completely
authority.
railroaded. The city of Canton conspired with the attorneys and everybody else to make sure to cover up the fact that that city bailiff violently attacked me while I'm trying to obtain public record information. Didn't like that his authority got checked in the process and was told that, damn it, I don't have to identify myself fully to you. Didn't like the fact that I told him he needed a retrain, decided that was the reason to go hands-on and violently attack me. That's exactly what happened. There is no bullshit, and there's no trying to pull wool over people's eyes, sugarcoat things. I'm fully transparent. I'm not going to sit there and lie about anything. There is no lie to me. That's one thing you're also going to learn about me, and that's why all these people here hate me so damn much, because I'm calling them out on all their bullshit and their corruption, and them trying to run this place like it's some monarchy or an authoritarian dictatorship. It's over. This comply or die shit here in the city of Canton is going to stop. And it's not just me saying it. There's an army of people that are going to be coming up here soon. And they're going to be protesting. They're going to be saying the same damn thing. We're going to be hitting city council meetings. There is a lot of people that this city has done wrong. I only went public with all of this in November. I have over 5,000 people, followers, locally, within a 3-month period. I have over 200 subscribers that are anxiously waiting for the rest of the footage on what happened on November 7th.
Yeah, and that's what I apologize. That was never...
Who's responsible for the video footage of the city lobby? Because I keep getting it running around. They're telling me your city bailiffs are responsible for the video footage of the public areas of the
bailiffs,
city lobby.
the only person who has access to any of that video is myself and IT. Public request has never come to me for the November 11th stuff.
From November 7th.
Well, 7th, I'm sorry, whatever date it was.
So this is my problem.
But what I'm trying to get across at this point, unfortunately, that doesn't even exist anymore.
Well, it needs to be addressed because it was asked for, and the reason why it's not given is because it has incriminating evidence showing that
And
I was
Mr. Nicey,
violently
I guess
attacked.
I can't.
That's your flash drive. That's your flash drive that has your bailiffs.
That's
two of your
I didn't know if
city
you wanted
bailiffs.
That's just
I'll
the
take
footage
this.
from.
I know I'm not going to see probably any of that information that's entitled to me that should have been redacted. They fucked up.
And that's where
I want to write a formal complaint on my regards in regards to this matter. And I think, honestly, this needs to be turned over to the Judiciary Ethics Committee on your behalf, because they're going to take it a hell of a lot more seriously if it's coming from someone like you rather than from someone like me. I'm sorry, they released the most vital of information on 2 of your city employees. We're talking 401ks. We're talking their entire livelihood. And imagine, like, someone like me didn't get that information, okay? Someone like me didn't get that information. I have no nefarious intent. Matter of fact, I think it's a fucking setup, honestly, on why
That's
they
what you
gave me
said.
that. I think it's a
No,
setup.
it's
I think
been
that's
a-
why they gave me that, and I think that's why they're trying to sit there and already, because I'm being honest and I made it public, it was given to me. Now you see what they're trying to do. I would gladly play the recording from the attorney.
I mean, I believe you.
voicemail.
I think
It's
I
horrible.
can't speak for your attorney. I know. Should put it this way. I suspect that based on the conversations I had with people upstairs yesterday, that they did reach out because it came to you via discovery, and it should have been marked.
It should have been
Counsel-
completely redacted.
Well, no, there's a standard. Either you redact it, or you're in for discovery purposes. You can mark it counsel only, meaning your attorney can see it, but nobody else can see it. Neither one of those two things happened.
None.
Unfortunately, both of those are departments outside of the judiciary. That's the executive branch,
Mm-hmm.
prosecutor's office. I suspect that perhaps they reached out to Don Pond and said, "Why did you do this?" Don Pond, perhaps, and this
Don
is me
Pond didn't
speculating.
do it either, though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They gave him that.
Sir, that's what I'm trying to explain. I think it's, and I guess this is all speculation on my behalf, but I think they reached out in a manner to either advise him or share the blame. I don't know. I just know it shouldn't have been disclosed. If it was disclosed, it should have been marked counsel only. And as a consequence, it
I
wasn't.
feel it shouldn't have
that
been given
stuff.
to me at all.
Well, it was given you through your attorney, but it should have been clean at that point or marked counsel only. That's my point. That's the process that should have happened. Obviously, I mean, I'm guessing you requested all discovery from your attorney,
Absolutely.
and he probably inadvertently turned it over to you.
Discovery was actually, I put in discovery, open record on January 5th during the plea hearing from items 3 through 7 for all of it.
Okay.
Um,
Like I said, my guess is it was inadvertently, either it wasn't marked, and obviously it wasn't redacted, and you got a original or a duplicate copy of the original.
I'm frustrated at the fact that they're trying to already flip the narrative on me, stating that I doxed your bailiffs and that I
Did
sat
you
there,
what?
that I doxed them. Doxing means that I shared all of their information, private information, to the public. I
From
did
what
no
I've been
such
told, no. In
thing.
fact, no.
Matter of fact,
I've never heard that.
I did the exact opposite, and I said that I'm just.
Yeah, go ahead, play it.
I-
No, that's fine.
This is why I was so fucking petrified. Pardon my language, but I have no filter. That's something else about me. I don't have a filter.
I'll take
I-
offense.
You know, I just, it's frontal lobe, whatever the hell I'm thinking, I'm gonna say. I mean, that this is just, it's just how I am. I'm not an asshole. Even after all the shit that these guys have done to me, I still don't have any ill will towards this man and your bailiffs. And I listened to you on that tape, and the way you handled that situation, I made it public that I do applaud you for that. You stayed completely indifferent on the matter. You stayed completely neutral, and you sat there and quote, "That's not my decision to make. That's for other people to sit there and decide on whether or not if charges are going to be brought in this matter." And I wanted to let you know personally, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is what it is.
Well, that's what
It is.
majority of your other employees here need to learn too. Your city bailiffs need to be on that same mind frame, because
And like I
it's
said, I
gotten out of
apologize.
control.
My employees are very well versed on what they're supposed to do. I can't speak for a judge's personal and confidential employees.
Is there any way that you, in your position, can sit there and talk to the necessary people to talk to
already have.
the judges,
have.
bailiffs, and let them understand
I
our
have.
basic civil liberties to where this doesn't happen anymore?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yes, I have.
This is why I was petrified on coming here, because this is what they flip the narrative on everything.
Hey, Justin, it's Attorney Don Pond. Hey, give me a call back when you get a chance. 330-603-5989. 330-603-5989. I got a call from the city today. Apparently you've posted on the internet confidential identifying information for certain city employees,
I gotta take this. You can keep.
social security numbers, maybe dates
Are
of
they here?
birth, addresses, their addresses,
All right,
home
thanks.
addresses, or whatever. So that information needs to be redacted,
I did.
so that personal identifying information is not put online the Social Security numbers and
I get it, and you didn't put that. You did redact it. More so than I don't know.
Should not be out
I
there.
did what
you
they
figured
were
out to do
supposed to
exactly.
do.
That's what I was just gonna
I
say.
did what they were supposed to do,
Right.
and I made it public that they did this because I want to cover my ass.
Sure, I get it,
I don't
especially the
trust any
position
of
you're
them.
in.
And then,
Yeah,
but
I
you
get
see
it.
the flip narrative. You hear what they do, and this is the shit that has been going on for a long time, and it needs to stop.
And it could just be lost in translation. I don't want to speculate, but yeah, hearing that message based upon what you just told me in the heels of what you're coming off of, yeah, I could see that you're skeptical about what our intents are. You asked to meet with me. I said I'm going to meet with you. I'm not playing games. I'm not going to play games with you or anybody else for that matter. I get it. I appreciate that you redacted that information, and I say that
And
on
I am
behalf
letting it
of
be
those other
known.
two
I
bailiffs.
didn't write it down. I don't want anything to do with
Fair
it.
enough.
I don't have these gentlemen's information. It's all right here.
Appreciate it.
And it's out of my hands.
Good. No, and like I said,
It is completely out of my hands. I want nothing to do with it.
I made that known that you contacted us when I talked to
Please,
the powers.
yes.
I already did that. When I talked to the powers that be yesterday that are involved in this, I said he contacted us. We didn't contact him. He is offering this back to us because we shouldn't have got it. This is an error on whoever disclosed it.
I'm leaving this too, because this is unacceptable, man. To get this, we're trying to get records, man. That's unacceptable. And then I'm out $600. I got $500 in court fines now. I got a charge on my record too. All because I told someone they need to be retrained. And because I told them I'm holding them accountable. I never threatened anybody. And if holding people accountable and telling them I'm holding them accountable that they need to tread lightly for it, if that's a threat, then there's got to be drastic retrains throughout this entire building.
Like I said, I can only say I mean, I guess your perception in speaking after speaking with the judge and speaking with his employee about all this after all that happened on, I think it was the 2nd of January, your perception is that there was use of force on you because of you questioned their authority or told them need to be retrained.
No, my perception is
let me finish. Like I said, I wasn't there. I'm just conveying what was conveyed to me. Was that there was when he was walking out of the bailiffs, there was a aggressive physical posture by you towards him, and he, because he carries a firearm, he felt threatened. Is what.
If he felt so threatened, he should have never came behind from the bulletproof counter that he was behind. And if he felt so threatened, why did he engage me again when that nice young lady told me that she was going to get somebody to help me? I said, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I turned around to walk out. He decided to gauge me again. It had nothing to do with threats. It had nothing to do with he was scared. It was a matter of his authority was challenged. His ego was hurt. He had a hurt asshole, so he decided to engage me again and make damn well sure that his power of authority was going to be recognized. He should have stopped. When he engaged me the first time, he didn't want to give me service. Fine. Then I'm going to go talk to somebody else. That nice young lady should be commended because she handled that situation exactly the way it should have been. I don't know what her name is.
I'm not sure either.
It's on the video.
Okay.
She sat there and said, I'll get somebody to help you if you want to go take a seat outside. From that point on, I said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm turning around to walk out of that bailiff's office. He engaged me again. Period.
All right.
Now, if it's about threats and his security and everything else, which is what that, I'm sorry, it's bullshit. I'm sorry, it's bullshit. I went through a metal detector. Obviously, you guys got a hell of a security standard here at the city of Camden. It's to be commended. You guys got a hell of a security standard here in the city of Camden as far as people coming in and out of the building. Obviously, I've been throughout the entire building. Obviously, I've given you intent. I've given you at least my first name. How many more of my civil liberties do I got to give up just to appease to your guys' ego?
Well, again,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And I wasn't there. I'm just going on, I guess, the video that I
The
gave you.
video doesn't lie.
Well, the video I just gave you, like I said, from the beginning of that day, the reason Jack Jones asked you your name was because you didn't have an appointment with me, and I do require someone to be announced.
Understandable.
Who am I
And I
meeting?
told him my name is Justin, and I told him I was here to retrieve the name of 3 city bailiffs.
Okay.
I gave him, I mean, I can't,
All
I
right.
told him who I was here to see. And I know that the reason why I'm here to see you is because if I show you a picture of a bailiff, you can tell me the first and last name of that bailiff. And you would be the person of anybody in this building that would know the identity of a bailiff that I had a prior engagement with, that I was just trying to get the identity.
All of our staff are required to identify themselves
They
by
don't.
name and by position.
They do not, sir.
That's a requirement.
They
And that's
do
not
not,
even,
sir.
I mean, yeah, it's written in our policy, but that's a requirement of their public service.
They don't.
Well, on,
November 9th.
no,
when
I'm
came-
talking, I
Yeah.
just recently, my most recent staff meeting with my entire staff was on the 15th of March, Friday the 15th.
Okay.
And we went over all of those things again. So there should be no question. And you have my word that if any of my staff fail to identify themselves, name, full name, and their position, they're going to be disciplined for it.
Okay.
It's their obligation. I mean, it not because of you, because of them, because of their being employed to provide a service. They have to do that.
Okay.
There's no hiding behind that. So,
Well,
and like I said,
understand you're pressed on time right now.
my
but
48 people that I'm responsible for, I will hold them to that.
Okay, then with that being the case, I have it documented, several occurrences here in the city building where I've been prevented from being able to have access. I've been prevented from being able to have them identify themselves to me, and it's very well documented that I would like to come in and be able to file formal complaints and at least get the information that I've been trying to get for 5 months now.
Let me ask you, because I do have to run, what information do you need from me? What are you asking
I
for?
need the names of the bailiffs that engaged me August 18th, 2022 through Jason Reese. I understand,
mean,
but I
that's-
have their pictures.
Oh, give me their pictures right now.
Give me 1 second. This is one of the first known.
He's no longer employed here. His name's Daniel Yeager. He's no longer employed here. I forget his
Daniel
name.
Yeager.
Dan Yeager. But the second guy you just showed me, I forget his name. I can get his name. He's no longer employed here either. Tristan Roberts. I'm sorry, Tristan Roberts.
Roberts.
Here, I'll write him down.
They were the ones who engaged me on that. Jason Reese called because of this sign. Your bailiffs were preventing people from going up to the 7th floor.
We weren't that. We reside in the city's building. This is not our building. We have to follow the rules that we're told by the mayor's office.
Understandable.
So if their marching orders from the people who own this building is we don't let people go here or there, they're following the orders of a higher authority. So
And that's what on the first encounter with your bailiffs occurred on August 18th, 2022 on a public records request.
Okay.
Because there was several inquiries via email, phone calls, blatantly just being ignored to where I had to make a personal inquiry. When I arrived on the building
here at the court for court records or for city records?
for public records information on city records as far as
Okay.
documentation and
Okay.
stuff like that on.
And you're going through the law department for that.
I was trying to go to the law
all right.
department,
I just want to make sure
yeah.
you're going to the right places
Now-
for the right information.
I checked into the COVID mandates at this time. That supposedly was the reasoning on why no one was allowed to access the 7th floor. But COVID mandates were lifted by Governor DeWine, signed on June 17, 2021. So there's no explanation on why almost a year and 2 months later that my city building and the law department still closed to me under these supposed mandates with that sign being posted and being bailiff enforced. I questioned Jason Reese about that sign and was asking, why is this sign up and who can I talk to about removing it and so where I can obtain records, because I don't have internet access. I don't have computers. And I definitely don't now. And instead of, I wasn't creating a disturbance. I asked a question they don't like. Immediately they call your bailiffs to come and engage us and throw us out of the fucking building. That's got to stop. That has got to stop. If there's a legitimate reason, like if I'm actually creating a disturbance other than asking something you don't like or trying to obtain information you don't want to release, that does not constitute a reason to have bailiffs come and physically try to remove me from this building. or even engage me. That's wrong. That is abuse of your position or your power of authority. Me asking about a sign you have on your window and how can we talk about taking it down does not have a necessary need for your bailiffs to come up out of the elevator and then stand 2 feet over me, one on each side, and have me pinned up against the wall, intimidating me. And then these bailiffs also, when I went down to the police station to try to get the call logs and everything, before I could even say anything, interfere with what I was trying to do. Already telling the police and giving their perspective, their narrative of what I was doing and what I needed to do and everything else, to where, okay, well, now it's completely shot. What I'm here for is completely done, because they're on a whole different impression now. Because you guys interfere with something you guys shouldn't be interfering with. Let me go about my basic things that I want to do. If I want to name somebody, there's these things called courts and laws and affidavits and things like that. And that's all I'm trying to get this information for, so I can take it to the next level.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to take it to the next level against Jason Reese and the law department for their lack of, God knows, I don't know how many violations of the Ohio Sunshine Laws. I'm very well versed under 149.43 of the Ohio Open Record Laws. I know that in order to sit there and go and pursue this, as far as them not releasing the information that should have been readily available to me, and they don't want to give it because, again, it has incriminating information. Fine, but let me pursue after. I just want to get the names and information and get my letter of denials for the records I have, so I can go to the court of common pleas. I can file motions of injunction for compliance.
I get it. I know
And
the
then,
process.
that's $10K that they owe me for that right now as we speak. But they don't even want to release a letter of denial. I mean, that's how corrupt these bastards are here. They're corrupt, and it needs to stop. They abuse their positions. They abuse their power of authority. They screw up, and then they don't want to be held accountable. And instead of being held accountable and taking, the necessary measures to make sure shit doesn't happen like that anymore, they turn around and then try to make the people that are holding them responsible a criminal for doing such. And that's why I was petrified of even coming here today. You heard the voicemail. You see how the whole entire narrative got flipped.
I see how you can see it that way.
I mean, I'm not sharing personal information. I made it public very, very, very clear that is not my intent. Matter of fact, I'm making it public that I'm not going to do that, and I don't want it. And they screwed up.
Right.
So I want to make sure that this gets...
What other information can I get for you right now? Like I said, I give you these two
those
names.
two bailiffs.
Neither one of them are employed here anymore.
I understand Butterfield. That's the only last name I got, I believe.
Scott Butterfield, the court security?
Scott Butterfield. He was one of the bailiffs who attacked me November 7th. Yeager was the bailiff who attacked me November 7th.
Yeager was. But you said
Yeager
Scott.
and Butterfield.
All right. You want Butterfield's? I guess. Tell me what. I guess I'm at a loss because none of I don't know anything about a November situation.
All right. November 7th.
Unfortunately, now the footage isn't available. So
November 7th, I had an appointment set through Chief Gabbard. A
Okay,
40-minute
you told me
phone
that whole
call.
process, right?
All
But
right,
then at some point they denied you access.
I
and-
came into the building. I went through the security checkpoint like I was supposed to. Gathered my belongings. I go to the elevator. I hit the button, and as I'm waiting for the elevator to come down, all of a sudden, Bailiff Yeager over here. All of a sudden, Bailiff Butterfield over here. You can't be in the building. You need to leave right now. No conversation, no dialogue, no nothing. Just that's the immediate words I've had. You can't be here, and you need to leave right now. I have an 11 o'clock appointment. I'm supposed to be here. I'm going to the police station.
Understood.
Not listening to a word I'm saying. They don't give a shit. Doors open up. I walk in. I'm ignoring you. Okay? That's my mind frame. I want to get in this elevator. I want to go downstairs. I'm going to this damn appointment. I go to try to hit the button. Yeager slaps my fucking arm down. And this is exactly how it played out. When he did that, I get the hell out of the elevator. And now here's Butterfield standing on the outside. Here's Yeager on the inside slapping my arm down. I'm avoiding them. I walk around those chairs and I walk all the way around the other side. Y'all leave me alone. I have an 11 o'clock appointment. Leave me alone. All of a sudden you got 3 other bailiffs that it's a blur. That's why I really would like the footage from that day. Because I don't remember the other 3 who came in, but they all pushed me up against the damn wall. Boom. Hands on, throw me on the damn floor, pick me up, and throw me outside the goddamn door, man. Drag me all the way across the lobby. I'm bent up with the arms like this, and they throw me out. And no one wants to be held accountable for that.
I hope there's not a situation in the future that requires you to have video, but if you need video from this floor, I'm the person to come to.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in touch with you. Lindsay Trent denied me to talk to you. I have numerous dates where I've tried to come to talk to you, and they denied me. And I got it documented numerous times. Numerous times I've tried to come and talk to you, Mr. Kochera, since that incident. And I've been denied. November 17th, December 21st. I've been here, and I don't know how many phone calls. I have it very well documented, Ms. Kochera. Your employees are preventing me from talking to you. I tried to come to you. I've been trying to come to you. Your employees are preventing me. Your city employees are preventing me from talking to you. Lindsay Trent especially.
That's what you said. You said Lindsay. I'll talk with her.
Lindsay Trent is one of the most condescending people I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
She says that constitutional rights and basic civil liberties are nothing more than a matter of my opinion. Her quote words to me. Yes, sir. She said this.
Okay.
So, I mean, I tried to talk to you, sir, many times with all of this, and they have prevented me from doing such. I've tried to go the right way with everything I do, and they've prevented me from doing it. Just like they did prevented me January 2nd from talking to you again. Next, because after numerous times trying to call you on the phone. Numerous times.
But no one can prevent you from calling me on the phone. I don't understand that.
They don't return a phone call for nothing here.
Who's they?
Whoever answers your city building phones when you try to call the bailiff's office. You guys got a direct line. It's listed on the internet right there on the city page.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to
And
go through
I don't know
that
who
stuff.
answers the phones, but they never return a phone call. They never
No, ours
return
is
a message.
it's a phone tree, and if you just you get one for probation, two for this.
He's
three
not
for this, four for
available.
this.
He's not available. I'll take a message. That's all I always get.
Okay.
And no one
Well,
ever returns
if
a
you
call.
leave a message, if you leave a phone number, you're gonna get a call back from me. It is very likely that they say I'm not available. I'm pretty packed. In
January
terms of my
2nd,
schedule.
that's why I was
Okay.
here to talk to you, because
All
they
right.
refused to let me talk to you. Lindsay Trent refused to let me talk to you. She was more worried about, asserting her dominance and her position of authority against me that day, rather than even discussing the matters at hand as far as why I'm even trying to sit there and engage and talk to you guys and have a dialogue in the first place. Again,
Well,
it
your
needs to
points with me
change.
today are well noted. Like I said, some of this I very recently have directed and spoke with all the staff again. I will follow up with Lindsay. I will follow up with court security and let them know what their role is. And you, I don't know if you shed a light on it, but it's, I don't want our court security to be used or circumvented as. Crap, they're calling me again.
As a little Gestapo.
Right. We have the bailiffs do have authority.
Yes.
They do have thing, but you know what? They don't work for the law department. They don't work for the mayor's office. They don't work for the police department. I need to talk to those department heads and clarify some roles.
Please.
Now, you have my word.
I would
You asked
appreciate
me to
that.
do that, and I don't want to put them in that situation. So it's like if those are the things going on, and the other departments are calling and utilizing my staff for other purposes. First of all, I'm not sure that their authority carries them to work for orders of the executive branch.
That's
We
what
don't
they're
work.
doing.
Well, like I said, I will follow up on that. And like I said, I hope in the future you don't have to be worried about coming here. And no, I mean, I appreciate the candor of you telling me your whole plight with the situation with your kids in Canton PD and how things
That's
have got
all
to
I'm
this
here
point.
for.
I get it.
I want answers, and I'm not going to stop until I get
Okay.
them. Period.
And I just recognize sometimes, I mean, in some of the things like you're telling me, I'm listening to, it's like, it's akin to you're asking a plumber about an electrical problem. We just need to put you in the right place because you're not going to the right places, and maybe you're, I don't want to say wearing out your welcome, but maybe we just need to make sure that your concerns are being directed and heard to the people who can provide your response
And
to
that's
those.
what I've been trying to do,
Okay.
is get to
Fair
these
enough.
people.
No, I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you short, but I
Understandable,
do
no
gotta
problem.
go.
And I
I
appreciate you
appreciate the thumb
being,
drive.
and I appreciate you being honest with me and not flipping the narrative on me and not being like them.
Okay. Well, I guess I strive as much as I can for them to be a reflection of what my expectation is. So I just hope that is I can achieve that, not for your case, but for everybody. So I just.
Well, you're an honest man, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, I appreciate you taking time. Appreciate you bringing us in.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if you.
I don't want it. I honestly, he needs to have that. He does. I want that to be a reminder for him for next time. Again, I have no ill will towards him, but what he did was wrong.
Right. Like I said, hopefully I'm moving forward. It's a different experience. And my word, I'll follow up on the things I said. I'll follow up on. Do you have a number that I can get in touch with you at?
Yeah.